So the next question that a lot of applicants had is, how do you start doing research?
Yeah, we can start looking at the next slide, where what's absolutely needed for research is mentor. You really, really need to have a very good mentor. And on a personal level, I've had good mentors and I've had bad mentors also. So, excellent mentors are those who are there to help you, support you, guide you through the whole process, who have the time for you and are really interested in having you succeed. And I've had good mentors like that. I've also had bad mentors where, some of them would not even bother to answer your emails or help you out with the study. They would not bother about getting your study to completion. They would not even pay for you to publish your paper, even after the journal got accepted. I myself had a mentor who had me do all the work and didn't even mention me in their research paper, which was very, very distressing. So, and again, there's no right way of finding the right mentor. You're just going to have to keep asking around, word of mouth, networking, talk with your colleagues, maybe your alumni, and you're going to have to just, try it out and see how it works. They're all different kinds of mentors. You really have to find the one, who's able to work well with you. And sometimes you have to try 2-3 times before you find the right mentor. Now, other ways for preparing for research are having research skills. Now, in med school, and especially if a lot of the audience today is for our international medical graduates, that might be difficult to have during med school. You have so much other stuff going on. You have your med school studies, you have this usmle. So having research skills might be difficult. But at least, this is a very nice course that I found on the NIH website. It's free. By the way, the last day to register is July 1. And it has a lot of video lectures, including an exam, so that you can get a certificate from NIH that you have completed the research. I think it's a very nice course to show any program or any research mentor that at least you have some understanding of what research is. And so that's the NIH course. There are some paid courses also. There are some from Harvard, and you can keep looking. There are some 2-3 day courses. Personally, I'm not sure how much those help. That can be expensive because you're basically attending talks and learning about it. But how exactly it's going to help you, I'm not sure. Just having the theoretical knowledge, I don't feel is a nice way of showing to a residency program director. But if you have that and then are able to work with research mentors and then work on research, then that makes a lot of sense. But then again, the paid courses are usually these 2-3 day ones where they kind of just have these lectures and maybe some workshops there. Okay, let me finish this one and I'll ask. I think some hands were raised. So let me just finish this slide and then I'll take a few questions. Other skills to have for research, be good on the computer. I still have, still see some folks, some IMGs, they're kind of like, finding the letter like this. And I'm like, that's not going to work. You really have to be very tech savvy in the current world. And, so make sure you're very good with your typing, with especially like the Excel, PowerPoint, Word, just the very basics, and there are tons of resources on YouTube. Communication skills. So, even in your writing, just do your very best to write very clearly, very professionally, and punctual. This is all how, your potential mentor will kind of assess you, whether this is someone I should be willing to work with. Work ethic, that's what I was trying to say. Be smart. And that is, if you're not able to, find a mentor, you're going to have to keep trying. And might have to, if they kind of promised you, but they didn't get back to you, be assertive. Talk to them again, write them an email, say, hey, I'm sorry to bother you again, but I was really hoping I can, get an answer to this question and so forth. Have meetings if you want. Zoom and all that becomes so user-friendly nowadays. Be creative and find ways to be in touch with your mentor. Have very clear expectations. So that's another thing that I want to say is whenever you undertake any research efforts, when you're working with a mentor, be very clear that this is not going to be a 3-4 year long clinical trial that you're participating in, because it's never going to get over. And you want to have an expectation. For example, in my case, I didn't have an expectation, but fortunately, I had an abstract and had some preliminary data by the time of residency that I could share with the program. So if you're given a lot of opportunities, choose the research opportunity that can help you in residency. So, like I said, again, no point doing a long, many years clinical trial. Do something that's feasible, that you can finish, and that you can discuss at the residency interview. All right, I think there were some questions. And sorry, last thing, no need to know SPS. I highly suggest knowing at least Excel. And there are, again, tons of sources on SPSS. The thing is, at least you can learn how to do means, t-tests, chi-square tests, correlation, regression analysis, only until that level. If you can do, I think, like I'd shown you in those graphs and the data that I presented, that was kind of the only basic information that I needed, because beyond that, you're really going to need the help of a biostatistician. But at least, mean, chi-square, those few basic biostatistical tests are something that you can easily learn.